right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Season 2, Episode 2 of Take Me Down to Studio City. I am Vinnie Suds, along with Angela, as always. Angela, how are you today?
I am glorious, aside from these morons on Twitter who want to be my villain origin story. Although some would say that, I've way past origin story. But, yeah. I'm good. How are you?
I am doing good. We are here to talk all about Season 2, Episode 2 of Studio City, Sean Kanan's creation, web soap extraordinaire that we want to try to get a Season 3 for. And folks, you'll have to excuse me. I apologize. I didn't realize I didn't make a specialized intro for Take Me Down to Studio City. That's why we're doing the special report intro.
It's okay. We'll forgive you this time, Ben.
Yeah. I think I might have had one I had one prior. I believe it was on the previous StreamYard from Chair Shot Sports that we're no longer affiliated with. And so that was that. So, all right. Well, we're here. We are on our new StreamYard, and we are here to talk all about Studio City. So this episode was fun. We'll put it that way.
I mean, keeping it real, they're all fun.
They are, yes.
Come on. This show is so good and so fun, and it's always enjoyable.
Yes,
There's no episode that I haven't enjoyed.
Very true.
This one was really funny, though.
It was. It had its parts of being very, very funny. We also got to see a good friend of ours, friend of the show, James Lott Jr.
Yes, James Lott Jr.
Yes.
Yes. And we're going to get him on here to talk about this.
Yeah, we will. We will definitely get him on at some point soon, whether it's for this show or for off script.
Yes.
So, anyways, we're gonna talk all about this episode because it was one of those things that I swear I would assume actors really go through.
Yes. Absolutely, with like the interviews and stuff like that. And you'll see, I mean, sometimes actors just lose it with an interview with that. And sometimes they're just like, kind of uncomfortable or, just pretend that nothing bothers, it depends.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it was very realistic.
It was.
And Lily Melgar, who plays the PR person that the studio gave him, told me that her and Sean Kanan ad-libbed their argument in the hall at the end. Yeah. There was a lot. They did a lot of that with the actors. They let them kind of, they just said, this is the point of the scene. This is what we have to get conveyed. Go.
Yeah.
So, so good. So good. And I continue to love Carolyn Hennessy.
I do too. Just the way that she verbalizes just amazingly in this episode, she's not she's still her character, but she's not the voice of the corporate producer. Yes. She's the voice of the fans.
Right.
And, going into the fact that, the ad rates are down, the ad revenue is down, so blame the soap opera. Mm-hmm. Soap opera loses budget. So,
yes. And I really loved her defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she plays an executive producer who's like Frank.
Right.
That loves the genre.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a throwback to the executive producers who knew, who remember the time where soap operas paid for everything else.
Exactly.
Because they were cheap, they brought in a lot of money, and they were the ones that paid for the expensive primetime shows.
Yeah.
So... Sorry, it's warm, so I'm doing a little cooling mist. So yeah, I'm a huge lover of the soap opera genre. Yes. So I really, really loved that scene.
Yes, I agree.
The part at the beginning with the photo shoot. My abs are leaking, and then I want a bigger sock. Get a bigger sock.
And that was just absolutely hilarious.
It really is. And you have to give it to him. He is, he leaning full into this. No
Oh, yeah.
humility, you know, no ego, and just boom.
The way that he's embracing the power of the vagina and
Yes.
the power of the feminine,
Yep.
just so funny, and like it's a parody of what could happen at a photo shoot, obviously. Right. And who knows? Maybe it's reality. Maybe they really do say, go get a bigger sock, or.
Well, I mean, it is, and I mean, and like at one point in one of, I think earlier, and it may be coming up, I can't remember, but Sean Kanan's on set and calls for an apple crate.
A what?
An apple crate, because they stand on the men will stand on them to look taller.
Yes.
In seats, and I think that's really funny. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they're giving away all the little dirty secrets, and him talking about that his abs are leaking because they painted them on him.
Right. Yeah.
Which, spoiler alert, they do.
They do. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
There aren't many guys with natural six-pack abs.
No. And if they are, they don't have time to be on a soap opera set.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't have that kind of time.
Right. Exactly.
So.
It actually took me a minute to realize what was going on in that scene, because when he said his abs were leaking, I was thinking, wait a minute, did he recently have surgery?
Yeah.
Like that there was an incision there?
Yeah.
But then, he was like, oh no, it's paint. We'll get the paint person in there. We'll touch it up.
Yeah, we'll get it all touched up. It'll be all good.
And the way he says, it's America's favorite abs, Yeah.
And I love, who are you? And this poor assistant, Gloria's assistant, and her nephew.
Yeah.
He's just, you know me, I've been here longer than you. And I loved the scene with him and Gloria as well.
Yes.
You know, she is so impatient, and then her talking to her dead sister. Are you that mad that I was prettier than you? Or that I stole your high school prom date? That was, yeah.
Carolyn Hennessy is probably one of the actresses with the absolute best comedic timing when it comes to like a soap actress. We see the one-liners, we see we see her be serious, obviously, and but at the same time she could just dish out the one-liners like there's nothing.
Absolutely. And I mean, she does stand-up comedy as well.
Right.
So it makes sense. She is good on her feet with stuff like that. I mean, acting wise, she's probably GH has great recurring characters, but she is, and on Studio City, she is just hands down. I mean, it's a great cast. She's one of my absolute favorite parts of it.
Oh, absolutely. Agreed. Like the fact that she is in that role as the power broker, as the executive producer, like she has all the power, and she's able to play that. What's the word I'm thinking of? But just that executive, that power broker, and not have to, not care what she says. Like she'll tell she'll tell whoever to go fuck themselves, and to, don't come at me with that shit. And the ways that she brought up, okay, well, we'll just get rid of Anastasia, and the guy's like, you're not getting away with getting, firing.
Because it's his niece. Yeah, exactly. A little nepo baby girl, right? Right. I also love how she always brings her mother into things. Because she has that really weird relationship with her mother, where they're over, my mother's doctor's office when I'm at the pharmacy picking up her prescription. She always works her mother into things, which I think is really funny.
I agree. But, it goes back to the way that most people got their fandom started of soap operas.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's where we all got it from.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know many people who just randomly started watching soaps themselves as a teenager or an adult without somebody in their family watching them with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's happened.
Of course.
I just don't know any. And I've never heard of any, which, again, I'm sure it's happened. It's the unicorn.
Right.
So, yeah.
But it's just fantastic how she's able to work that into every scene and every part of the dialogue.
And you know, one of the things I love about this show is that while it exposes, like it really tells all of the dirty little secrets behind the scenes of soaps, it's also a true love letter to them.
It is.
It really is a true love letter to them. And I'm all over that. I'm a big fan.
And I like, you know, it's like for years and years, changing subjects quickly, but just for years and years, we've seen how, you know, the sauce was made in multiple different genres of television. Like, you know, we've seen how, you know, WWE came out with Unreal on Netflix starting last year, where they basically completely shattered kayfabe and everything is just out there for everybody. And then, you know, we've seen the behind the scenes of primetime shows. We've seen the behind the scenes of everything. We never really saw a behind the scenes of soap operas. I mean, there were some here and there.
Well, I mean, even when they did that, you know, like that limited run reality show, The Dirty Soap, it was mainly them in their real lives.
Right.
Out partying and looking like morons. You know what I mean? It really wasn't a whole lot of, you know, behind the scenes on set kind of stuff. Yeah. So.
And it, you know, I mean, there have been, you know, reports on shows like 2020 where they exposed some of the things, and you know, I remember one thing. I remember one thing in particular where they were talking about love scenes where they show the L blanket and you know where it shows women have like coconut bras and stuff.
Yes.
You know, be able to show the upper chest area and whatever.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
You know,
and I mean, and there's been books and, you know, writers, producers, some of the actors and stuff like that. But it's just, this is a bigger view, I think. Right. You know what I mean? This is like the whole, pulling back the whole curtain kind of thing.
It is.
You know?
In such an entertaining way.
Yeah.
You know, and being able to put the story behind it and kind of follow this aging soap actor and, you know, how he's, you know, the number one character on the number 2 show and
exactly
being able to,
and it's just really funny because that's Sean Kanan's lack of ego, you know what I mean, because he's poking fun at himself because he is that, you know, aging, you know, who he did do a lot of action and stuff like that, and he's still active, but you know, the fact is that as men get older, as anybody gets older,
exactly,
you know, so you know, I like that he, you know, can really, he's not, you know, believe in his own press kind of thing.
He's okay. He's a humble person where he's able to just
he's
make
very
fun of himself and you know, and be able to take those kind of things. And the way that he said that, you know, ageism affects the blacks and the women, just, oh my God, it's like, dude, that's 2, 3
like, dude, no, right? It was so, I mean, it was absolutely, well, that's it, but that's his character though, you know what I mean? And I mean, it is something that some aging white guy would say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is that that's somebody that's who would say that.
Yes.
You know, you know, our fathers, our grandfathers, that's who would say that. So that's, or even guys my age, because, you know, I'm, you know, a little younger than Sean, but around there, you know, so, and that's what was really fun and doesn't understand the problem.
Right.
What? You know, just totally doesn't get it.
And the way that, and we love James, but the way that he, you know, the way that it was written for him to screw up the name of the movie, like, you know, terminal velocity, maximum velocity, something like that, you know, it'll be in theater soon. And, you know, just as of like, you know, I'm just totally giving up on this shit.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It was just, you know, it kind of, you know, got under these stars' skin because it wasn't giving him the respect in his movie, the respect and the, you know what I mean? And so that was, again, also very funny and realistic.
Oh yeah.
You know,
and then the conversation with the PR agent in the hallway.
Oh, really? I absolutely adore her. She is so fun to talk to. And she's agreed to an interview for Off Script, and we'll talk a lot about Studio CD, and we'll get her on here too because she had so much fun doing it. She had a lot of fun doing it, and she's very good friends with the Kanans and loves the series as much as I do. So, yeah, I love their little back and forth.
Oh, it was,
and she's just
great.
like absolutely baffled by how, because she's used to dealing with people who are more polished and more used to.
Right. More
polished. Because soap operas are the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
They don't get the respect they deserve. The actors don't get the respect they deserve. No. And so, they're not as polished. A lot of them aren't as polished with that stuff.
The way that she said, the line that got me was, "Don't ever compare yourself to Tom Cruise. You're not, you're not like Tom Cruise. You are, or you're like Tom Cruise. You're how did she put it? Or you are Tom Cruise. No, you're like Tom Cruise, or you're on the same level, or something to that effect." I screwed it up. But, instead of saying, comparing yourself to Tom Cruise.
Right. You just speak about yourself like you speak about him.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put yourself on his level.
Yep.
And then, but the best thing was the very last parting shot she got because he was, that's not chapstick. It's essential oils that go on your temple. She's like, this moron. I just so good. So I just love it.
I would love to see a PR agent who takes over and don't get me wrong, a lot of soap actors guaranteed are more professional than what Sam was acting like out there. But it's like when you look at some of the success that some of the soap actors have had outside the genre, Steve Burton doing, the video.
The Last Castle, and he did the Steven Spielberg HBO series. I mean, Sean Kanan with Cobra Kai.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And there have been a lot of soap actors who have had, and then there've also been a lot of soap actors who have gone on to huge. Tommy Lee Jones got his start in soaps. I mean, I can't wait because that's one of the the features I want to bring back for the show business is they started on soaps.
Yeah.
There's so many. I mean, Leonard Nimoy
really
was on General Hospital. He was just one episode. He played a drug dealer, and that was before he was on Spock, before he was on Star Trek.
Wow.
He played a drug dealer for one episode, and it doesn't exist anymore, that episode, because it was very, very early, black and white. But there are pictures. There are like stills from it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So it's amazing the stars who have gotten their starts on soap operas.
And then the stars that come back to soaps.
Absolutely. Or that maybe don't come back. I mean, look at John Oliver.
Yep. James Franco.
I mean, there's been a lot that have,
So, I mean, it's one of those genres that is very underappreciated. And
you don't got to tell me. I scream it from the mountains that they're the best.
Yeah. And it's also the fact of, and you could listen to the interviews, whether it's on Stone Cold and the Jackal or State of Mind or Soapy or any of the other soap opera podcasts that are out there by the stars.
Right.
You could hear, we heard it with, Charles Measure when he came on, and he was on the, Stone Cold and the Jackal podcast. Like, he was used to primetime and movies where
where a much slower pace, you get multiple shoots, and it's also a lot more money and catering and this and that and the other. Absolutely, yeah.
And then they come into the soap world and you're having 45 pages of dialogue for one day, and you only get your stuff. You don't get what's around you because they do it out of order. But either way, we love the soap genre, as you can tell. We're very passionate about it.
Oh, so much so. So much so. Love it. It fills our hearts and breaks them all at the same time in the best ways.
You are correct.
So,
well, folks, any closing thoughts on this episode? I think we covered it. I mean, it's only got a runtime of maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, this one was actually 16 minutes.
So, yeah.
Season 2, episode 2.
Mhm.
And it had a really long intro.
Yes, it did.
Which I'm fine with. I don't care about the, I like the, it reminding us of things.
Yep.
But yeah, can't recommend it enough. And remember, talk about it on social media.
Yeah.
Season 3.
Use that hashtag.
Studio City Season 3.
Yep. Hashtag Studio City Season 3. But folks, we are out of time and covered everything. Next Thursday, we're hoping to have an episode of Off Script. It's the 4th Thursday of the month. And that's what we should be doing. So hopefully we'll have guests lined up for that. But if so, either way, we are working on a lot of new content for the new season in September. There's a lot of new shows. We're actually planning, if you guys remember back in the 90s when on TGIF they would have that once a year special where they previewed the new cartoons coming, to Saturday morning cartoons and their cartoon block, and they would preview them all. We're doing something similar, and it's going to happen Tuesday, August 10th, Tuesday, August 11th, 2 days after the Sudsy Awards. We are going to be talking all about the new shows coming up this season, the next season.
I have some really exciting ones.
Yes, you've got some exciting ones. I've got some exciting ones. We've got some great stuff down the pike. So make sure to tune in. And folks, we've got a lot coming up this weekend as well. Later on, well, by the time you see this, it would have already happened, so it's in the archives. But we did react to the 2026 Daytime Emmy nominees, and very shocking nominees this year, in my opinion. And we did have a special with Michael from Soap Opera News, as well as Kim and Donald Peebles, and I'm not sure if Matt's joining us or not. But
I don't know if Matt is joining us. Kim's not going to. She's not feeling well.
Okay,
she messaged me. But Michael and Donald are both very excited to come on. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get a Worldian Wedgewise. They were both like, so many of my predictions came true. I got to be talking about it. So, which is fine. I'm good.
Yeah. But very shocking in terms of the fact that the Bay got shut out of everything, which I was very shocked about that. But either way, we got that in the archives because this will air Thursday. And then coming up this weekend, this coming Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, will be freestyling on Real American Freestyle as I go over RAF 11 that happens in Milwaukee this coming Saturday. But due to my schedule, I have to record on Sunday. So it happens.
Yep.
But folks, we are out of time. Thank you for watching Take Me Down to Studio City. We'll be back next month with the next episode of this show. So for Angela, I'm Vinny. We will see you next. Oh, wait a minute. Angela, where can everybody find you?
They can find me on Twitter at Brooklyn74. They can find me on Instagram and Facebook. It's Angela Ryan Duncan. And they can always find me hanging around Suds.
Absolutely. And the showbusiness.com, which is going to be relaunched.
Yes.
And then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Vinny Suds. On X, and also our X account for our network is at Suds at Suds Media. Good Lord, I have so much stuff to plug. Sometimes it goes out of my brain.
Yes.
So on our X network account at Suds Media, Threads and Instagram is at Suds and Squared Circle. TikTok and Twitch is at Suds_media. Our Linktree is linktree.suds-media.com. Our merch site is suds-media.myspreadshop.com. But for everything, which is our YouTube channel, suds-media.com, make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell so that all the time, so any content gets posted, you'll get notified on your phone, on your device of your choosing, that there's new stuff to watch from our network. So for Angela, I'm Vinny. We will see you next time on Take Me Down to Studio City. Have a great night, everybody.